ages and all the different items he's going to have, especially alongside the Seraphs. Similar with how Rumble is going to build Leandries, you're going to have access to Bloodletter's Curse, so you're going to actually have a lot of half minutes time for these grubs. And Savior and YCX are not only late to this lane, but seems like they're going to drag their jungler along. Really important for this play to work. Otherwise, Climber's going to miss out on a timer to potentially get level 6 for the Dragon.
Shun's here, but Shun's resetting and caught on the reset. He's not the only one. Zhuo going to go down for first. Well, the Dragon is being done. Every second bought by LGD is a second towards the Dragon. Shun, we'll see if he can go for his steal, but YCX locks him in place. The rest of JDG coming in, and Climber walks away from the Dragon. Improper setup by LGD. JDG, that's a thank you for the leash.
Yeah, and leading waves as effectively as Pays. And more importantly, what I'm looking at is both of these supports not level 6 yet.
LGD want to challenge. Zhuo, nice knock up, but gets answered by the Aftershock. Pays is engaged on, has no way out, flashes and connects with the Featherstorm, but enough time was bought by XQW to pick up 2 picks. Arrive at Dragon, and Dragon, as we previewed, is the upcoming objective. Now 30 seconds left on that, and JDG fishing for a play around the mid lane. Could be as easy as the grubs, but a huge engage from Zhuo, and Shun's right there immediately after, and Pays again gets counter-engaged on by Climber, and this time, no flash, no Featherstorm, is caught in the Cataclysm and taken down.
There we go. Really tight timer there for them to find.
You wish you'd stuck around for that. You wish you hadn't canceled the back, but at least you get the Dragon on top of it. Again, trade of plates as Shun engages into what I think should be a nothing murder.
That's called phase rush and out. Here are the members of LGD roaming, and they're gonna cut Sasa off from this way. This might just be first turret going over to JDG.
And it should be. I mean, well earned with the teleport like you talked about. You invest that, you get not just the Rift Herald, but the top lane turret. Now you're able to use the Rift Herald elsewhere to crack apart the map. A good way for JDG to claw back some momentum in this game, and this could be a better one. In come 2, Scout, accompanied by Shun, get countered by the hero's entrance, but flash out from Scout keeps JDG dancing around the edges of LGD. No clear way for the engage to go, but in connects the hook, and down goes Scout. Featherstorm, and the dance pulled back by Pays is going to be used right now, but won't be enough to help him disengage. Pays gets left out to dry, and JDG run back home.
JDG thought they had enough damage. Xiaoshu, I really want to take a look back at that fight. What the hell is JDG doing? They just left Scout out to dry. He's in complete
win a fight until post 20 minutes.
I mean, they're also just down items, right? I didn't highlight this before, but Savior already done with the Flicker Blade, so he's going to have a lot more ability to dash in and out of fights. Maybe that gives him some more mobility there. And Climber, once he finishes his Dragon, maybe he needs a camp or 2. He's going to be very close to that Black Cleaver, so 1 and 2 items finishing relatively soon here for LGD.
Lasu, a little bit aggressive onto Sha, who does have backup from the team and draws JDG down here. I said it before, winning a fight at this point is pretty risky. YCX gets caught and taken down. Xiaoshu continuing the fight, and a nice engage, a nice pick gets caught, but Xiaoshu goes for more, getting greedy onto Climber, forcing a flash from the J4 himself. JDG, I said they wouldn't win a fight till 20 minutes. They get a pick, and I'm going to call that very work.
And 19 minutes if you round up, it works.
If you round up.
That's basically 20 minutes.
And Pace wasn't there, so.
So, for JDG, I'm going to be honest here, DL. I still think this is actually an advantage towards LGD, because we're going to have Otacon spawn in 30 seconds, and while JDG might have Cryo by grabbing these 2 turrets and their first kill of the game, they're going to be walking into this objective with no flash and no teleport from Scout. And now they're in the picture-in-picture. I'm sorry, LPL.
Now we get the picture-in-picture. And JDG are winning it of all people. We haven't seen the big engage yet, though. Pays does use the Featherstorm just to get away, as we spoke of earlier. XQW flashing away, but the front line of this Rumble is massive. Xiaoshu, we've seen him in 2 fights now take to the front line, and in both of those, he has managed to win them for the team. Scout engaging on the side onto Sasu, while a nice clean-up kill goes over as XQW falls. These are nice team fights being taken by JDG at the right time.
That is an Otacon, and if now LPL, you want to send us to a replay, not a bad time.
Yeah.
Not a bad time for it. We're going to have teleports coming in from Sauce on the bottom side, but that looked like an incredibly split fight. I mean,
they've left him in the side lane for so long, and finally, whether it's from them, whether it's from Xiaoshu, the comm comes in, I'm ready. But are they ready to fight now? Because LGD certainly are. He does find the engage. Remember, Pace has flash up for this fight, is playing backline. Featherstorm's in the wrong direction, but still manages to survive. Climber trading kill for kill. Trapped in the Cataclysm for right now. Finally, the rest of JDG get to exit. XQW does find a big taunt and the knockup, and Pace is down. All of a sudden, this turns around. Scout still alive. Grabs another kill onto Savior, but with only 2 members left, can they pull this out? YCX still alive against Shun. Shun finds the wall stun and the cleanup. That was such a close fight, but JDG get the dragon.
Oh, that might have been an Otacon diff right there, Dia. Just getting all of the explosions, because you have all of these different knockups going over. It's actually splitting the fight and burning LGD and XQW, but
Vision as LGD push forward for a little bit more, still itching for a fight, but now that they've gotten all this vision in the top side jungle, it's very dangerous for JDG to walk in.
I love this toggle from our observers there. We're getting Savior throw a culling.
Watch Paze and Xiaoshu. We're looking for the equalizer, and we are looking for the Feather Storm. Not gonna come out of Paze just yet. There's the Blade Dance into the equalizer, and LGD are melting on top of it. Savior gonna dash in the back line, not even pick up Xiaoshu, although with Paze dead, things looked good on paper. It was after so much damage had been dealt by JDG.
Can they actually do this, Baron, though? Scout is at a quarter of his HP. Shun's almost full. They're gonna get Xiaoshu to teleport back in.
Yeah.
This should be their objective. Nobody from LGD is gonna be up. And again, an incredibly close fight here from LGD, but just missing out on some of the margins. The knockups onto Xiaoshu, and
right now, solo laning in a way does have backup from JDG waiting in the jungle and setting up vision for him. The Baron empowered minions making this turret an afterthought. They've still got a couple available in the other lanes, mid and top. Basically freestanding gold at the moment. This is not necessarily the Baron that you break the base with, but it'll help to set you up for that in the future.
In the early gold here, they can look for an engage while JDG are split. Shun's gonna go fishing with yet another Keeper's Verdict, gonna cancel out to keep the timer as we are a minute away from Dragon. Now, Dia, if you want to learn how to potentially get your objective setups to be a little bit better than JDG and LGD this series, we do have a key sponsor for the stream. We have ProDiff. If you want to get personalized coaching from LTA, ERL, and NACL players, you can improve your game and use LPL 10 at checkout to save 10% for an individual coaching session with a bunch of coaches who we've actually had on the broadcast helping do a little bit of breakdown.
I'm going to say something I could certainly use, but we'll see. Wow!
Oh!
Like, nice exit being made. Shun, courtesy of him. And now the base gets broken. We did talk about this Baron buff not necessarily being used for that, but as soon as you have the opportunity, JDG are going to take it, especially when they are able to keep LGD at arm's length.
All you gotta do is, let's just use it for the time being. Got another 40 seconds. Xiaoshu will not have teleport. It seems like this will be the last wave that JDG will play on. And what I want to foresee for them now is, how do we control bottom side jungle vision here? Dragon's gonna spawn, and that'll be soul point for one of...
Flashless Jarvan disengages, but Savior in the meantime picks up Sasu and says, you know what? You know what JDG aren't paying attention to? You know what JDG never set up vision for?
Oh, JDG! What are we doing? Equalizer is going to come out mostly to clear the wave and potentially clear the way for JDG to take this top tier 2. It's going to be that on that next wave that they're looking. Still, control of the top side, and Baron spawns in a minute. I think JDG can play this low and slow. Problem is whether or not they're going to actually agree with that take.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't love the equalizer here.
Whoa!
Did enjoy that. I did enjoy that. And the turret take from JDG. It's JDG lacking a little bit. That's where they've got their shot. But remember, Paze, flash up, and with his front line eating the engage, there is just no way Paze is dying. He gets to play the back to front, does use the Feather Storm though, actually is quite low and gets taken down. The XQW helps him out there. But with Xiaoshu now re-entering the fight, and Scout, like you talked about, Scout with a triple kill and playing the health bars just like he always has, helps his team pick up the team fight victory, and now I think they're looking to end the game.
Yep, they've got a super inhibitor minion wave coming on through. Just not enough here for LGD. A clean fight, and one where everybody was looking at Paze, but Scout ends up making the difference here.
That was an excellent fight, and Scout pick up on Sasu. I'll be honest, bit of an afterthought. This is going to be a game going to JDG. And while all the focus, like you talked about, was on Pays, I am so glad you've been highlighting Scout through this match because he is a huge reason, one of the biggest reasons that they were able to escape from this game 1 the early and take it into a game 2 with a victory.
Team fights. If we get lockdown onto Savior, he goes invisible, he can ult away. You're going to have Talia Wall and her Unraveled Earth, and you have to walk through. That's really, really powerful in this negative phase.
That they are absolutely continuing to do. Bounced back into the turret. YCX takes a tremendous amount of damage, but it's the mid lane where Shun here, as Sasu does still have flash, but Shun's waiting for him. A dive potential. Sasu backs off immediately after helping out with Shun. Again, flash available for Shun, but Xiaoshu's gonna go for it first, right on top of Climber. Shun gets executed by the Yorick, and Sasu, hoping to finish off Xiaoshu, has the Maiden to help him out, and secures a double kill topside.
Shun, wait!
And I'm a really big fan of the fact that they make use of Scout's teleport. It doesn't just save the late gold from
JDG early here.
We caution his LGD, want to try and cut this off. Weaver's Wall instead takes them to safety. But the boop back in on Scout, and a huge engage out of YCX does change things in a bad way for JDG. Shun finishes off a fight in the back line, finally taking down XQW, but gets double killed in return. Climber lifesteal off the wave, but up in the top side, Xiaoshu looks for a solo kill under the tower. Sasu is gonna go down. And it's a nice play that ultimately is a trade.
Over Terraplane. Let's see if LGD can actually use this to their advantage. JDG grab a turret here for Scout, who is only continuing to climb in gold here, and really exercising his expertise over the newer mid laner next to them.
Engaged by YCX onto Shun. Weaver's Wall leaves Shuo isolated with YCX, really. Xiaoshu on the other side doesn't seem to mind being alone. Does ultimately get taken down, but it is more than enough time for JDG to come in and clean up Savior.
All right, they got the dragon for themselves. They're not going to be able to push in on this wave. They have 2 grubs. How much damage can it get onto this turret? XKW, quite honestly, pretty useless in that last fight. And for JDG, layering the CC, and I mean, Xiaoshu just died the play before this and comes back and is an absolute raid boss.
Yeah, I mean, Renekton and Visiver. How are you feeling about the Annie right now?
Annie's fine. This looks to be a Rylai's second item, which we talked about how low range a lot of this game is going to be. I think the slow is going to give him a little bit more power. Scout's getting 1v1. Great time for us to do this casting call here. He's going to take down the Tibbers.
Let them take this next fight.
Oh, Xiaoshu, he's just trying to force right now.
I think he might be able to get this as well. I mean, his confidence is inspiring me. Yorick, a formidable opponent, but against Xiaoshu, it's not going to last long.
Now they can't even make this player on the top side, who's supposed to be a point of strength here. Savior is now down towards the bottom side. Oh, no. Can he get it? He's going to get in range. He should be able to find this kill.
Oh
no! Ah!
Spell shield. Close enough.
Teleports are still going down, and this Otacon is now at half. This is going to become a smite fight, and I'm looking at Zhuo. No headbutt available to push out Climber.
Shun waiting for his chance to re-enter. Baby Cage gets thrown out. He is pushed completely out of the Otacon, and Shuo seems to get out alive. Never mind. XQW snaps him up.
Here's the pen. There are 3 members of LGD controlling this side. We're going to get time.
We are right back into the fight, and it's a fight on JDG's side. Shuo looking for a re-engage, but Shun already found his prey. Climber is down. Shuo goes for the Hextech flank, while Xiaoshu is in the middle of the team. Pace is going to get taken down by Savior, assassinated by the Kaisa, but Xiaoshu does not care one bit on the Renekton. He is a monster, and he and Shun flank on the other side. Well, ultimately, Scout picks up the last kill. JDG wiped that fight and take the Hextech.
We came in with a head-to-head that was talking about the bottom lanes, but honestly, tonight, the solo lanes for JDG have really stepped up their game, and I think made the gulf in experience known here. Xiaoshu versus Sasa has been Xiaoshu favored.
Round Baron already set up, and you know Xiaoshu is looking for the 1v1 bot side. Sasu underneath the turret, and Shuo, known for his early engages, is going to go for one that is nearly perfect. The Goldilocks engage, however, may have gone wrong as Climber goes for the counter engage, and Savior's right into the back line. Scout peeling backwards, does manage to find his trade though. Savior goes down, YCX is isolated, and this fight goes in the favor of JDG, assuming they're able to find that last kill, which they should.
What is Savior doing, man? Savior is trying to squeeze every little bit. This actually becomes advantage towards LGD. This fight was prolonged.
Okay.
It was
For the smite,
protracted.
Xiaoshu on the flank, however, causes a big problem. Paze could be engaged on by YCX, and he will be flashing away. Paze survives for now, but he's jumped on by Savior. Savior picks up the kill, but gets traded out instead. It is 1-for-1 AD carry for AD carry as JDG fight a war on two fronts, but it is Xiaoshu who is winning his all the way, flashing right on top of YCX. He takes him out, and is left with just Sasu and Climber in the pit.
XUW can teleport back into this play, but this went from a Baron that was supposed to be JDG's to now it being LGD's. Xiaoshu's level 16. He does not have Dominus. I cannot see a world where he wins a 1v3. A fight that should have been theirs. LGD clamber back there, and they're ignoring the gold lead that is exhibited by this Renekton. Into this fight is so important. I don't know if it was a great ultimate from XQW, but him repositioning alongside him, that's good enough for me. I'll take it.
Yeah, this is what I was missing because it was so far off screen, but was the who gets on top of Talia question being answered, but in the favor of LG. Nobody was really able to.
If Savior can just throw these Void Seekers out, no one from JDG interacts with them. But that requires for LGD to play a slower fight, a slower game for them, and that's going to require poise, which we haven't seen.
Savior has been laser focused on the back line. Killer instincts. Very much saved. Assassinating King. Taking out Scout at times.
Doing well individually.
I mean, it'll be about 5k gold soon, especially if you're able to win a fight, find a singular pick who is covering just around the right. And the question of how you get on top of Talia is especially difficult to answer right now as a solo Renekton with no help on the way. That is absolutely going to be a pick. Xiaoshu overextending.
Are not in position to contest. Honestly, Gia, I think the window is gone. LGD getting that one of those dragons at the very beginning of the game.
And LGD look for an engage. It's YCX's time to shine. He needs to find some sort of isolation, some sort of damage onto Paze. Savior searching for the assassination, but YCX gets a little over anxious and gets picked off. Now it's front to back where Siva really thrives, and Paze is going to go down. Xiaoshu unkillable in the front line, and JDG win the fight 2 kills to none.
There is that poise that we were talking about. I mean, YCX gets completely obliterated before the start of this. Climber, no ultimate. They do have Talia wall if they really need to get into this pit, but such a dangerous ask here for LGD. Love it. I love that I got a caster curse right before the Baron happens.
All good.
Trying to see how LGD play out these next few moments because they can withstand the Baron. And the Dragon showing what JDG see. Climber, they know he's nowhere near in the area. They do not need to be worried.
JDG have all the information they could possibly need there. Having had vision on the jungle the entire time.
Okay.
Out comes the Weaver's Wall. Splits the team fight really well. Counter engaged from Zhuo. Just keeps YCX from being able to close them in. YCX gets isolated. Scout still fighting Climber on the top side, and Climber engages with the Cyclone. Immediately exhausted. Into the backline, keeping Scout and Paze honest. Finally gets popped into GA, and Paze runs into the front line with Xiaoshu to try and finish off the team, but Xiaoshu gets taken down. XQW into Zanya's right now, but Paze will take him out, and it's a JDG slow but steady win in this team fight.
Oh my god. Sauce's probably just gonna have to teleport out. Scout, does he get the stun? He does. It's a final kill and a full ace for JDG. Where was a fight that we didn't get to see. Savior get into the backline. Climber playing a little too much in the back. He was away from the Dragon Pit. It gave a free smite over to JDG, and that was the soul. And most likely now the game. There's no death timers in time here for LGD.
Yeah, I mean, we did talk about the next team fight you whiff likely means game, and we are seeing JDG have the exact same thing in mind. No chance to play the game, unfortunately, for YCX, and that'll be 1 and 2 Nexus Towers. JDG going up 2-0 against LGD and putting themselves that much closer to playoffs.
42 minutes and very aggressively into Paze and Zhuo with that stun that Taric does have available, and Valkyrie being an incredibly powerful tool that Corki has, especially are heading down. They are moving in this direction.
Yeah, we are burning summoners on cooldown, and it's no wonder we're attracting attention. In fact, the junglers may not even get here before we get some kills. Stun's not going to land. YCX flash from Pace to secure first blood, and Savior may go down as well. Flash from him into the cleanse. Savior manages to stay alive, gets shut down by Zhuo. It is a bloodbath in the bot lane.
And the wave is pushing in favor of them, so this is going to be a huge amount of golden experience that is missed by LGD, especially for Savior. He barely hits level 2 in the middle of that, and that was the advantage that JDG were playing around. Junglers are still heading down here, and that is a raw solo kill.
If LGD decide to contest this, you have to imagine that they will. It is going to start early autoing onto Climber, looking for a safe place to be. Fate Seal going to connect, but the stun will not. YCX pops the Cosmic Radiance, keeps himself and the team alive, but JDG now put him in the pressure cooker. No way to escape from Aurora, and JDG claim 3 quick kills.
And they get
Xiaoshu's in safety. They would have lost first turret. Instead, they get to keep first turret, keep Xiaoshu alive, turn it into a dragon as well. What just happened as well. Climber sitting around the mid wave. Scout having just taken top wave. I mean, maybe this is the play. XQW flashes for this. Climber does eventually find his own ultimate, so Scout will go down. The amount of resources expended here is tough. Anything that they could have thrown at him for a few seconds, and absolutely works in JDG's favor, because the stall is enough for Scout to teleport back up into the top side, and now you've got a pretty even numbers fight. LGD, remember, having expended so much to put only Cosmic Radiance, and XQW doesn't even get it. YCX, the next focus. The Savior has popped up into the top side, but looking still quite good for Shun as he circles back around going, you sure? Savior, do you want the chomp? Xiaoshu shows up, gives him the smack, and Pays in the mid lane, maybe not having as good of a time, will go down, but Sasu falls as well. So that'll get them enough of a way back into the game, but it'll certainly give them a better chance of being able to play the macro game with the numbers.
Hey, look
this a great example, but again, Zhuo with the Eclipse, busted ability, gets to live through all of that. No Cosmic Radiance available just yet. Means that LGD have to fight this out with their raw health bars. Exhaust is going to go down onto Pays, and Pays will fall. Numbers advantage secured by LGD. Shun being chased down now as well means that Scout's got to come in from the side and save the day. He and Xiaoshu clean up the back line, while Sasu is still looking for Shun, and granted, might find him.
Oh, wait, he's getting so much healing. Subjugate, and the lockdown.
And he lives.
The trial gives him the last bit of HP. It is 14-4. I think we gotta say it now. They're gonna spawn Herald in mid lane. It is looking like a shutout here. JDG want to prove that the only teams coming out of Group Nirvana are gonna be EDG, and they're gonna be NIP.
This is the next step for JDG. We did talk about them finding their comfort style at the start of the day. Now that we're seeing the early success unquestionably pile up for JDG, after 3 games of watching them play, what is that comfort scheme with Shun being backed into a corner there? It is ultimately Xiaoshu and Scout to come back and save him. Now Shun frontlining for that same backline. XQW does commit, might even find the kill onto Scout here, but the burst is enough out of this Aurora to take him down. Not losing a single person. JDG, clean house on the top side, set up for whatever they would like. There's no objective here, but it may just be the next couple champion kills. Shun gets a little too close to Savior, goes down! And the throw gets away, and this is where things get really difficult. When Pace has flash and cleanse up, when the escape tools are available for JDG, making a play for LGD is that much harder, and they've got to do it around Otacon. Sasu gets into the front line, but Zhuo just takes up a lot of time. Triple man stun out of the counter-strike, and in comes Scout with a nice bit of damage, keeps everybody from LGD in the same space. This is a tighter fight for JDG, and one that they are still able to come out on top of. Savior backing off, does immense amount of damage, but the pain of being pillared is going to cost him. Gets chomped, gets taken out. It's a triple kill for Pays, and JDG return to the game state that they know and love. dominating the enemy jungle, and this time taking the Otacon.
That was really close because if you're sitting around Otacon, it is shredding your resistances the entire time. And that was a very tricky spot for them to find that. If that goes even slightly more in LGD's favor, watching there. But this stun from Xiaoshu on the 3 members sets up this between the mid lane alone.
Yeah, this game of all of them has been the one where Scout's impact is most evident to me because of his ability to impact the team fight on a large scale. And we're going to see that once again. Waiting on the Between Worlds to be popped, and out it goes in the middle of the Cosmic Ray, and Scout is zipping around the battlefield. This time setting Pays up for a double kill, and it is LGD being maybe not so gently reminded that this game, this jungle is not theirs. It is a quadra kill for Pays, and they are looking for the Penta. Climber doesn't want to give it to him, but he knows. Oh no! Scout, what are we doing?
And you know what's the best part?
And then it not going right. It's even more tough. I think that, especially after having watched the conclusion of that team fight, LGD are no longer in denial about what is going on in this game.
Oh yeah.
If Climber is S-keying on the turret, they know that this is a formality, and the next couple of minutes should be expedited by the fact that now we've got a Baron on the menu. And Baron is very, very good at closing out games when you can take fights. Fights like JDG can take fights.
Okay, so now, Dia, here comes the fun part. Because JDG are so ahead, the Baron's going to give them 1,500 gold. Yeah. They're already almost 1,200 or 12,000 gold ahead of their opponents. Yeah. So imagine, goes up to 14. They're also going to be able to take over these last couple turrets. Do you think we're going to get a 20k gold? We've been getting them a little bit more recently. Maybe if they decide to give a triple kill over to Xiaoshu.
I mean, I could absolutely see it. Xiaoshu wins this fight, right?
Maybe not 4v5, Scout.
Oh, wait. He's got some assistance. Xiaoshu at least living for now. Counter-strikes and gets away the flash to take him out of the Taric stun as well. Scout is here to back him up. Xiaoshu recommits into the Counter-Strike, finds another stun, is still alive! JDG are styling on him!
Oh my god, let's go! Solo lanes on JDG. They're gonna look to put the finishing touches on this game. 30-7. Soul be damned. Let's get this over with.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the time to hit 20k at this point. YCX will fall. JDG completely undaunted in this third game. First game was close. Second game was closer. Third game, JDG send themselves into the playoffs and up for a chance at redemption.
Oh, man. That's tough.